Israel and Hezbollah agreed to a ceasefire. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Wednesday, November 27th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. It has been the deadliest war in Lebanon in decades. But yesterday, Israel and the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah agreed to a U.S.-backed deal to end the fighting. The ceasefire took effect at 4 a.m. local time this morning. People took to the streets in celebration. The agreement is for a 60-day cessation of hostilities, working toward a more long-term, durable solution. Israeli forces will gradually withdraw from southern Lebanon, which Israel invaded nearly 2 months ago. Meanwhile, Hezbollah fighters will retreat northward, away from the Israeli border. The deal does not apply to the war in Gaza. President Joe Biden spoke about the agreement at the White House yesterday. He used the moment to say the U.S. would also push for a Gaza ceasefire.
Just as the Lebanese people deserve a future of security and prosperity, so do the people of Gaza. They too deserve an end to the fighting and displacement. The people of Gaza have been through hell. Their world's absolutely shattered. Far too many civilians in Gaza have suffered, far too much.
Number 2. Donald Trump's team is weighing funding cuts to sanctuary cities. The president-elect has promised mass deportations when he takes office, and his advisors are discussing how to strip federal funding from any sanctuary cities or states that refuse to cooperate with these deportations. The term sanctuary city refers to a city with policies to protect undocumented immigrants from deportation. Denver, New York, and Chicago could all be targets. Chicago's Democratic Mayor Brandon Johnson told the Post that he would not cooperate with deportations, and that his city will challenge any threats to its funding. Trump tried to slash funds to Democrat-led jurisdictions in his first term, but with only limited success. Any similar effort in his second term could also run into roadblocks. Number 3. A fugitive on the FBI's most wanted list was arrested after more than 20 years. Daniel Andreas San Diego is accused of bombing 2 companies in the San Francisco Bay Area in 2003. The FBI has labeled the 46-year-old a domestic terrorist and said he had ties to extremist animal rights groups. In 2003, the group Revolutionary Cells Animal Liberation Brigade claimed responsibility for the bombings. They said they had targeted companies for their alleged ties to an animal research laboratory. Authorities said yesterday that San Diego had finally been arrested by British police in North Wales in the UK. He now faces extradition to the US. Number 4. The US will allow organ transplants between people with HIV. Beginning today, people with HIV will be able to receive kidney or liver transplants from donors who also have HIV. Federal health officials made the announcement yesterday. Since 2013, such transplants were only allowed as part of research studies. Before that, they weren't allowed at all. One recent study of these transplants found that there were no significant differences between receiving a kidney from a donor with HIV versus one without. The new rule is expected to reduce hurdles to life-saving care for those with HIV, and it could shorten transplant wait times for all patients because there will be more organs available. Americans are not getting their seasonal vaccines ahead of the holidays. That's our 5th story. As of this month, about 37% of adults had received a seasonal flu shot. Just 19% had received updated coronavirus vaccines, and 40% of adults 75 and older got an RSV vaccine. This means many people are heading into the winter months unprotected against these respiratory illnesses. Experts fear that could spark disease outbreaks and increase hospitalizations. Some of the hesitancy toward vaccines can be attributed to a swarm of misinformation on social media and the internet. That phenomenon only worsened during the coronavirus pandemic. Despite research dispelling many false claims about vaccines, experts say some people feel like they no longer know what to believe. Number 6. Brutally cold air is set to hit the U.S. this weekend. The time has finally come to bundle up. The weirdly warm November weather will soon come to a chilling end. That's because of a mass of air headed toward us from north of Russia. This weekend, it will arrive on the U.S. East Coast. More than 24 states may experience temperatures in the single digits or lower. Temperatures in the teens could reach as far south as Alabama and Georgia, while northern Florida could reach the 20s. The cold is expected to hang around all the way into mid-December. If you're in the path of this cold air mass, we have some tips on how to deal with freezing weather in our newsletter today. Just follow the link in our show notes. And at number 7, a family of killer whales was spotted swimming in downtown Vancouver. On Sunday, tourists were enjoying a boat trip in False Creek, just off the city's popular Sunset Beach. Suddenly, they were joined by 4 surprise guests, a family of orcas who came within 10 feet of the ferry. The video of the encounter shows the whales cruising past Vancouver's high-rise buildings. One of the whales is a 26-year-old mother, known to experts as T35A, or Lester. She was spotted with her 3 calves. Killer whales are stealth hunters, so it's unusual for them to be spotted by humans or caught on camera in the area. Experts believe that these 4 were probably hunting harbor seals. That could be a good sign for the water's ecosystem. But I guess it's not good news if you're a seal. You can see the amazing video in our newsletter today. You know where to find that? It's in our show notes. All right, we're all caught up. The podcast will be off tomorrow for Thanksgiving, and on Friday we'll have something a little different for you. But on both days, you can still catch up quickly with the 7 newsletter. You can find a link to that, say it with me, in our show notes. It's free. And if you sign up now, you can get it delivered to your inbox early tomorrow and every weekday morning. The other thing you should do on this holiday break while you're sitting in a comfy chair with a full belly and a slice of pecan pie is take advantage of our fabulous Black Friday sale. You can get a year's subscription to the Post for just $29. Find that deal at washingtonpost.com/subscribe. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'll meet you back here for our next regular episode on Monday.